You might have heard about this or this device, which is called as point of sales or called as cash register as well. You'll find them in restaurant and as well as in stores, that is retail stores as well. Some of them might be a kind of a standalone machine, or it could be from a computer itself, or it could be on a kind of a computer pad. So it happens in the restaurant and it happens in the stores when you check out at the counter. Both are common, but in a restaurant, if you look at it, it's slightly little more complex. But before getting into it, if you look at the advantage, it's a kind of first from a definition perspective, it's a combination of hardware software that enables restaurant to process transaction, manage orders, track sales, not just for restaurant, even for the retail stores as well. Process transaction, manage orders, track sales, so that you can tally at the end of the day or any time when there is going to be a switchover from one cashier to another one. They can actually tally the total sales, the total cash transactions. They can tally so that there is no mistakes. And the critical point is efficiency, accuracy, and customer service. Efficiency, accuracy, very important for the organization, and customer service also. The transaction happens quickly rather when if it is manual, it takes a longer time. So that's from a customer perspective. So now, if you look at from a restaurant side, how this works. I mean, in a restaurant, you walk in, the customer walk in, and he might order the food. For that, yes, a person called waiter comes in and he lists out what are all the I mean food items available, and the customer orders them, and then earlier he has to go into the kitchen, ask the chef to prepare it orally. He might have to tell these are the items which has been ordered, so please prepare the food. But these days they have their own small mobile device on which they enter all these items. With a mobile device, they enter into those order details. What ideally happens is it is transmitted into the kitchen itself. It goes, the kitchen has a kind of a display system where the order gets displayed. There's an interface which happens and it gets displayed in the kitchen display system, and chef prepares the food accordingly. He prepares the food, and then he again once food is ready, he transmits the detail to the waiter. So waiter picks up the food and delivers it to the customer. So in case of a restaurant, it's a kind of a there's a kind of a multiple device communication which needs to happen, and multiple actors. One is a chef, waiter, as to then I mean they have to enter the respective details into their system, and finally a waiter after the customer enjoys his meal, he processes the payment. So there are actually two devices. One is the ordering device and processing payment processing device. The other one is a display system which interfaces with the chef to prepare the food. Basically, this could be these days. This could all be computers. Could be a handheld mobile device where a waiter uses, and chef. I mean, through the touchpad, he can also inform the waiter that food is ready for that specific table. But there are other things like which table has to be booked. Table may be booked, or if there's a change in the items, um, the administrator can change the item. So those are the setups which is required for the restaurant. So those when you start the transaction, these are also required. Setting up the appropriate restaurant, or if it's a retail store, those are required as well.
While point of sale is commonly used in restaurant, it can be used in other retail outlets. It can be integrated with ERP and other measuring device like weighing system, flow system, etc. towards automation.
So key features, if you look at it, serve area setup tracking, that is basically how many tables, where are, so these tables on which the food is served, there's a Each one will have a table number, whether it is occupied or whether it is free. It will be known across to the administrator, to everyone who uses the system. So setup areas, setup and tracking. Then of course the order management, order taking, kitchen communication, that is order management part. Payment processing, that is important: cash, credit card, mobile payment, digital wallet. And inventory tracking, monitor this. If it is something like ready-made food, which is prepared based on the quantity, maybe they prepare a food maybe only just 10 items per day based on the historical consumption, then you can even track the inventory. That is also possible. So this is in a nutshell about the restaurant POS system. There are different restaurant POS system, that is point of sale, are available. So we'll see one of them as well. And of course, the last point not to be left out is sales reporting and analytics. How much is the revenue per day? So you don't need to spend hours together at the end of the day to check what is your sales per day. Because all these are entered into a computer system, with the touch of the button, you'll know all the details. What is the revenue and what is the trends as well. On a particular day, how much of a particular, whether burger sales is high or a pizza sales is high or any Indian food item sale is high. All these trends can be analyzed as well. So that's where it's very important. Now these days, you will find the restaurant point of sales as well. Finally, of course, the employee management. Check who is involved in sales, track the hours, their performance, whether they are engaged with a customer. All these can be determined as well. So that's about the key features of the restaurant point of sales. Thank you.